In terms of wealth and status, families that are considered to be old money frequently stand in stark contrast to their counterparts who are considered to be new money. Old money families are known for their understated elegance, particularly when it comes to fashion, in contrast to new money families who tend to present themselves excessively if they are wealthy. This distinction is not only a matter of personal preference, rather, it is a manifestation of deeply rooted cultural beliefs, traditions, and philosophies concerning monetary matters, social standing, and the expression of one's individuality. For the following reasons, wealthy individuals tend to steer clear of flamboyant fashion and instead go for classic sophistication. Number 1. A concentration on longevity is more important than trends. Heritage, tradition, and permanence are characteristics that are highly valued by old money, and these values are frequently mirrored in the fashion choices that they choose. They lean more toward timeless, high-quality goods that can withstand the test of time rather than chasing after transitory fashion trends. A tailored blue blazer, a cashmere sweater, or a pair of handmade leather shoes are all examples of items that may be worn for decades without the need for continuous upgrades. These items demonstrate longevity and elegance. Flashy fashion, which is frequently associated with fleeting fads, is a representation of transience that stands in contrast to the old money philosophy. In their eyes, a timeless style is more important than seasonal declarations. The philosophy of subtlety is the second principle. Simplicity is the pinnacle of sophistication for families that have accumulated a lot of wealth. It is important to select clothing that conveys elegance without bringing undue attention to itself. The use of logos, vivid colors, and lavish designs is eschewed in favor of subdued tones, minimalist cutting, and branding that is not excessively noticeable. Their goal is to keep a low profile and mix in seamlessly with exclusive social groups, and this understated style is in line with that goal. When it comes to these circles, overt shows of wealth through attire are frequently regarded as being unacceptable or vulgar. Number 3. A focus on functionality and practicality in the design of the product. In old money wardrobes, functionality and comfort are given the highest priority. While it is undeniable that the pieces are elegant, they are also functional for day-to-day activities, such as attending country club lunches or participating in equestrian sporting events. Brands such as Brooks Brothers, Hermes in subtle designs, and Loro Piana are popular due to the superb craftsmanship and understated charm of their products. On the other hand, flashy fashion is frequently impractical and designed more for show than use, which is not in line with the lifestyle of the old money, which is characterized by prudence and utility. Steering clear of conspicuous consumption is the fourth key point. The perspective that wealth is a duty rather than something to be flaunted is often instilled in children who come from wealthy homes. Buying things to show off one's wealth is an example of conspicuous spending, which goes against their deeply held beliefs. Instead, they emphasize the preservation and expansion of their riches for the benefit of future generations, typically through charitable giving and financial investments. Number 5. Value in remembrance and sentimental terms. In many wealthy families, the clothing, jewelry, and accessories that are passed down from generation to generation serve as heirlooms, imbuing their wardrobes with sentimental importance. Compared to a trendy item that is burdened with a logo, an antique piece of jewelry, or a tailored coat that was passed down from a grandfather holds a great deal more value. As a result of the fact that its appeal frequently diminishes as soon as the collections for the following season are shown, flashy fashion does not possess this sense of continuity and history. Number 6. The desperation for exclusiveness. True exclusivity is not loud. Rather, it is soft and subtle. Old money frequently gravitates toward specialized brands and bespoke tailoring that are out of reach for the majority of people. This is not because of the price of these items. Rather, it is because of their heritage and the fact that they are exclusive. As an illustration, A pair of shoes that were made to order from John Lobb or a suit from Savile Row can convey a great deal of information to individuals who are aware of its significance, even though those who are not familiar with it would not notice it. On the other hand, flashy fashion is frequently mass-marketed, even if it comes with a high price tag. Those individuals who place high importance on exclusivity in its purest form will find this to be less appealing. The seventh point is a reflection of confidence and security. People who have accumulated a lot of wealth have very little to prove, and this is reflected in the modest fashion choices they make. Because of their ancestry, education, and social connections, they are not dependent on their dress to announce their riches or status. Rather, their confidence is derived from these factors. One interpretation of flashy fashion is that it is an attempt to express or legitimize one's position. This is something that older people consider to be unneeded and even unbecoming. Flashy clothes are characterized by strong designs and overt branding. The avoidance of scrutiny is the eighth point. Wealth, particularly wealth that has been inherited, is frequently accompanied by the expectations and scrutiny of society. It is common for wealthy families to avoid engaging in habits or making decisions that could attract unfavorable attention, such as wearing bright clothing. It is easier for them to protect their solitude and avoid being viewed as frivolous or out of touch when they have a subdued style. Flashy fashion, on the other hand, has the potential to attract attention, which frequently makes the wearer a target for criticism or envy, which is something that old money purposefully avoids. Number 9. There is a high level of respect for both traditions and institutions. Many families with a significant amount of wealth have strong affiliations with various organizations, including Ivy League colleges, country clubs, and historical societies. Dress codes that are conventional are frequently encouraged in these settings, and anything loud or flashy is encouraged to be avoided. Through adherence to these unstated standards, one might further solidify their position within these elite communities. Flashy fashion, which has a propensity for breaching conventions, frequently comes into conflict with these long-standing traditions and codes of conduct. Number 10. The preference for wealth that is quietly accumulated. There is a strong correlation between old money fashion and the idea of quiet wealth, which is perhaps the most distinguishing feature of this style. Through the application of this principle, quality, moderation, and authenticity are prioritized over showiness. The philosophy that guides not only their clothing, but also their homes, automobiles, and lifestyles is that quiet affluence is about blending in rather than striking out. Because flashy fashion, by its very definition, is a form of fashion that demands attention and celebrates the public display of riches, it is incompatible with the mindset of wealth that is more reserved. In conclusion, old money avoids flashy fashion because it values timeless elegance, discretion, and quality over fleeting trends and ostentatious displays. Rooted in tradition and a philosophy of quiet wealth, their understated style reflects confidence, legacy, and respect for heritage. By embracing subtlety and practicality, old money families uphold a standard of sophistication that transcends the need for attention or validation, making their fashion choices a true reflection of enduring class and distinction. It is not through loud logos or forceful declarations that their clothes communicate a great deal. Rather, it is through the language of understatement, quality, and timeless style. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.